For those of you who don't already know, my name is Kelly. Welcome to Pickle Knits, a knitting podcast. I realized that I've never bothered to explain the name, and it would probably be nice if I did. I'm a big food person. That's really my main jam, other than jam, get it? It's food. Anyway, it's my main thing other than knitting and generally being a nerd. I do actually have a master's degree in food studies, big food person, and I do a lot of food preservation stuff, and I do pickling of a couple different kinds, and used to have a pickle company as well of my own that I left. So I pickle a lot, I knit a lot. It just seems to make sense. I don't know, maybe I'm just not creative, and that's why the name is Pickle Knits. But anyway, welcome back. If you're here for the first time, I'm from New Jersey. I'm an avid knitter. I have a couple other hobbies that occasionally come up, but this is mostly about knitting and yarn, and sometimes my cats when they interrupt. That's about it. So thank you everyone who's been watching, and I'll take this moment to say please subscribe if you like what you're seeing. My subscriber count just keeps on ticking up, and that's very exciting, so thank you, and thank you for watching. So I realized that last week I was so foggy from moving and everything and starting my new job that I didn't talk about a kind of big event that I went to that's totally relevant. So I attended a yarn tasting for my local yarn store, which is called Wool Bearers, and they held it at a cute little restaurant that has an amazing bakery. And so tickets were, it was like $30, and you got dessert and you got to try all the yarns. And so I went with my mother. Now my mother is not a knitter, crocheter, what have you, not a yarn crafter, but she is a very crafty person, and I just thought she would enjoy it. Plus it's a restaurant she likes a lot, and hey, dessert, you know, why not? So she tagged along as a tourist, or a muggle, and as a result I got her yarn bits as well, so I have like a double set, which is pretty sweet. And I want to tell you a little bit about some of the yarns that I got. I'm not going to go through every single one of them because there are a lot. What I will do is read from the little cheat sheet that they gave. So they gave everyone a little gift baggie. Isn't that cute? It's got the information for Wool Bearers there. Woolbearers.com. They also have woolbearers.net. And yeah, they're in New Jersey. They actually have their own hand spun in the shop, which is really cool. They do their own dyeing and spinning, but they also sell just like other commercial yarns. And so every year they do a yarn tasting for all of the new yarns they're bringing on for the coming year. So, handy dandy comic card. Mine is all stained with tea because I'm a mess, and anyway. So what they gave us were, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 22 different yarns, and they give you something like, I don't know, 4 yards or something. It's not like a lot of yarn, it's just like a swatchable amount. So here's one little bundle. Isn't that cute? Bring that closer so you can see it. It's very dark in here today. I apologize. See if I can maybe brighten this up a little in editing. This is a very nice light blue. And if, in fact, this is Barocco Tuscan Tweed. So I'll just list them off. I have not swatched with every one of them, but I do have a few favorites that I'll talk more about, but I'm not going to go through like 22 yards. So they gave us Barocco Bento, Barocco Catina, Barocco Tuscan Tweed, Barocco Suede. I will say that the suede was not my favorite, but I just don't like that kind of a yarn. That's just me. If you like those though, it's a good one. 100% nylon, etc. Cascade La Merino, that's really nice. I'll come back to that. Debbie Bliss Iris, Juniper Moon 14, Katia Alpaca Silver, Katia Paint, Knitting Fever Painted Mist, Lang de Pinto, Lang Passione Baby Alpaca, Lang Viva, Rowan Cashmere Tweed, Shibui Knits Birch, Sugarbush Chill, Taki Yarns Alden Print, the Alpaca Company Symmetry, Trendsetter Yarns, New York, West Yorkshire Spinners Bo Beep, West Yorkshire Spinners Signature 4-ply, and West Yorkshire Spinners Gems. So a lot of good ones in there, all different weights and everything. So let me pull out some that I loved. If this was the, yeah. Okay, so this is the Lang Passione, I believe. Good thing I have two sets to compare against. Is that the one? Oh, it's on the other side of the room. Bummer. So this one I loved because you might not be able to pick this up. Okay, you're almost getting it there. It's these beautiful jewel tones, and it's this teal, and it switches to purple. It's really not doing it justice on the screen today, but I really liked this. I would recommend giving that a shot if you get the chance. I'm likely to go back and get some of that at some point. Let's see. Just wanted to show this one because it's fun. Oh, no, I lied then. That's not the Passione. That is the Lang Viva. This is Lang Viva. It's 100% superwash merino. There we go. This one is Lang Passione, and it is 82% alpaca, 16% polyamide, and 2% elastin. Look at this. It's just a floof pile. How do you not love that? Practical for everything? No. Adorable? Yes. Fun. Very soft. In the lump like this, it almost looks like a Brillo pad, but it's not. So that's fun if you need something very floofy and kind of lumpy bumpy. Where is that gorgeous? Got another swatch done or close to done. I probably lost it. I'm organized, you know? I'm really good at being an adult. Oh, here it is. This is the Shibui Knits, right? That's the Lang Viva, okay. Oh my God, okay, so I lied to you. This is the Lang Viva. This is the Lang de Pinto, the beautiful tealy purple that you can't see right now. This was the Shibui, and what was it, Birch? Yes. So this is a fingering weight, and it is 100% extra fine merino. It's got a ton of give to it. And I love this. Extra fine merino, it's like, you can't go wrong with that. It's so soft and fabulous. So that would be a good one if you're looking for a very soft merino, something that would be like comfortable, like right next to your skin. I'm gonna say go for the Shibui Birch. I have not used it for more than just this little doodle bobber, but love it. I would definitely go buy that. So I won't go through all the rest, but it was very fun. They were all different weights and textures and companies and colors, and if you get a chance to do a yarn tasting, I'm gonna go ahead and recommend that. Oh, you know, I'll show you one more because it just happened to kind of pop out at me. So this is another 100% extra fine merino. Check that out. I just love the way it looks all tied up. Like, I feel like I don't even want to like test knit with this. I feel like I just kind of want to like tie it into like a Christmas ornament. Anyway, this is the Sugarbush Chill, and they recommend needle size US 11 to 17. Obviously you need something big for this guy. I mean, it's huge. It almost looks like roving, like it's like barely spun. Really fun. Oh, that would probably make such a nice blanket too. That would be so cozy. It's soft, it's fuzzy. You know, you can't go wrong with those things. So, lots of lovely new yarns. I still have this big handful to knit my way through. So I'm looking forward to sitting down and doing that at some point. The comment card is a coupon for 10% off of any of the yarns you tasted, valid until 12/31/17. So that is nice to know, and I'll have to keep that in my back pocket. They also did a door prize, and everyone won a door prize, which I figured when they said door prizes that, like, you know, one lucky person was gonna win and that one lucky person was not gonna be me, because it never is. But I actually won the first door prize that they drew. So I was like, oh yeah, look at me, I won, and no one else did. And then they just kept going, and I was like, oh, everyone won. Well, if everyone wins, do you even win, you know? I'm just kidding. No, it was wonderful. So if you won, you got a bigger gift bag. Well, if you won, everyone won. And in it were a couple fun things. So clearly they just wanted to offload some magazines from the shop, which, like, I don't blame them at all. That's nice of them to just, like, give them out. Cast On for Knitters, May to July of 2007. The fashions in here, whoo, pretty on point, y'all. Like this, for instance. Check out this. Oh my god, what were we doing in 2007? I mean, maybe that's like your thing. Maybe you have one of these in your closet from 2007 and good for you, but wow, not my taste. But it's funny. And I am gonna go through and, like, read some of the articles and stuff. It's not just, like, clutter. And then Knit Simple Holiday 2015. This actually could come in handy because it's, you know, that time for, oh no, I forgot to knit something for so-and-so. So that's nice. I will probably get a little more use out of this one than 2007. My cat is attacking my purse right now. That's fine. And a skein of yarn. All the door prizes were different, so you could get different things, but I got a skein of Madeline Tosh, the BFL sock, and this is the colorway Asphalt. I have a feeling it's maybe been discontinued, but it's like a heathered gray, like a slaty and lighter than that gray, and then the speckles are like reds and pinks and some blue, maybe. Yes, it's very pretty. It smells great because it's yarn. And I was so excited about this. And then my mom won a door prize a few minutes later. What does she win but Madeline Tosh in the colorway Asphalt? But it's a different base. It's the Dandelion base. It's 90% merino and 10% fine linen. They call this a fingering weight. This one they actually don't specify, like, the name of the weight, but they say 8 to 10 stitches per inch on US size 1 needles, 420 yards, and how many grams? Doesn't say, actually. It says 420 yards, 384 meters. Does not say the number of grams. Hi, cat. This one specifies fingering weight 325 yards, 297 meters. Says 26 to 30 stitches to 4 inches on a US 1 or 2. So I feel like they're similar in size, but I feel like the BFL sock is a little heavier. What's right after fingering? DK? Sport? Whatever it is. This one's a little bit heavier than the fingering, which is sort of a shame because wouldn't it be awesome to have 1-2 skeins of something and then you can make sort of like a bigger project? But that's okay. I can make a matching set. I can do like a, I don't know, socks and a hat or something. I just think it's very interesting how the different bases take the yarn differently. Like they don't necessarily look exactly the same, and I think that's really cool. So that was really exciting. In my mom's goodie bag there was a shawl pin, and I was like, yeah, you keep that. She gave me the yarn, obviously, because what's she gonna do with it? But she kept her shawl pin. And then I also got a set of needles. They are US size 6. They are Leica? L-Y-K-K-E? How do you say that? They're the driftwood wooden needles, US size 6, 32-inch cable, which is actually very handy because I needed this size. So awesome. How cool is that, right? So thank you, Wool Bearers. That was super exciting. I told Myra, who is the owner, that I was going to be signing up for their spinning class for November 8th and 10th, I think, but it is the 10th. I didn't do it. Not because I'm a horrible monster who breaks promises. Not that I promised. But I still haven't gotten my first paycheck, so not paying for a spinning class right now. Not when they do it every month, so I can probably do the December course. December course. That was hard for some reason. Anyway, so I'll probably be doing that in December. And if not, I can put it off to January. They do it, again, every month, so I will do it. I'm very excited to do it. I'm not going to not do it. I just couldn't afford to do it right now. So Wool Bearers, give their website a check when you can. The website needs some help. I would love to just like build them a new website in exchange for yarn or lessons, but it's not unusable. It's just old. But yeah, give them a look over. They've got some beautiful hand spun and dyed yarns. I'm looking forward to when I have like expendable income to spending a lot of it there. It'll be probably a lot. So that was a really fun event. If you see a yarn tasting in your area, definitely do it. I, like a complete dummy, didn't even think to grab a pair of needles before I walked out the door for it, because there's something clearly very wrong with me. I did, of course, have needles with me because do you travel without a sock in your bag or something? So I had some size 1 double pointeds with me, and so I just used 2 of them. That's what I was doing. Dumb. So if you go, take needles. Don't forget, like I did. That was dumb. It was the night before I moved. I was a little scatterbrained. So that was that event. And I do have one other exciting thing I want to talk about, and that is the amazing Rachel Brockman. I talk about her most episodes. You know what? She's awesome. Rachel is awesome. Hi, Rachel. I think you're watching, so hello. And she just sent me a lovely message on Ravelry saying that she had just caught up on the podcast, and she said that I made her laugh and she was watching the podcast on her TV, and the image in my mind is like, I don't know what her TV is like or like what her house is like, but in my mind she's got like this enormous TV and my face is just like huge and she's watching me. That just made me laugh a lot. But she had lovely things to say, and thank you. And because she's a super huge sweetheart, she gave me a copy of her pattern Until Dawn. So I just printed it out, and my printer was kind of like struggling a little bit, so this is not going to be like the best, but you'll get an idea. So here it is. Oop, got my tea on my lap. Don't want to spill that. So here it is. It's a beautiful cabled beanie. She has you do like a long brim so you can fold it over, which is very cozy. You can definitely adapt this pattern if you don't want to do the fold over brim. Just do like, you know, a 1 inch, 2 inch, whatever brim instead of like 4 or 5 inches. You can make it longer to make it slouchier, and I am in love with this pattern. It's very simple. I've already cast on, so let me show you my cast on. I've not gotten very far. I got this pattern on Wednesday night, and I was finishing up a pair of fingerless gloves for my Etsy shop, so I finished that instead of casting on, though I did stash dive. And then, no, I did cast it on. I lied. I cast it on Wednesday. Yesterday I was with my grandma and didn't do a lot of knitting, but that's okay because time with grandma is well spent. And I haven't really sat down to knit yet today. I kind of came home from work, did some chores, put food in the oven, and started podcasting. So all I have is a little bit of brim right now, but let me show you what I'm doing. The yarn I'm using is Spud and Chloe. Oh, there we go. You can, that's not bad. This is not showing the color right today. I think it's this lamp. I'm gonna move the lamp. Boop. Can I get the color? You're really not seeing it properly, but that's okay. This is Spud and Chloe sweater. It is leftover from when I made a flax sweater for my niece, who should be making an appearance in the world very, very soon. And the color is Grape Jelly. It is a, let's see, what would I call this? Kind of a plum, like an eggplanty kind of purple. That's a good description, eggplanty. And I think that it's going to show off the stitch pattern very nicely. Like, I think it's going to have a really good stitch definition for the cables. So that'll make them pop. I'm excited about that. I have like 2 more grams than I'm supposed to need to complete it. So I will probably do a slightly shorter brim, still long enough to fold over, but as written for the size I wanted to do, you're supposed to do a 5-inch brim. I think I'll just do a 4-inch brim. It'll be fine. And then I should have enough yarn. Your cast on needle is also supposed to be a size 7. I just didn't have one with the right cord length. So I cast on a 6. And then I'll go up to a size 8. So that'll also help with the yarn management so I don't accidentally run out before I finish. So really looking forward to this. I'll be knitting a bunch on this tonight. I'm pretty much positive I will have this as a finished object for next week's episode, and I can't wait to show it to you. I think I'm gonna knit a bunch of these, to be honest. It's so simple, it's very clearly written. She gives you both chart instructions and written instructions for the, for the cables. So that would be simple for whoever, you know, whatever instructions you like to follow. And I think it would make great gift knitting. She sells the pattern for only $2.50, which is like a bargain. That is an awesome price for a pattern. A lot of the big designers are charging like $5 for a hat pattern. Not that I'm saying that they don't deserve it. What I'm saying is that Rachel deserves more money for her patterns than that. That's what I'm saying. So go get one. It's a steal. I would actually love to pay her gift to me forward because she's a sweetheart and I think more people need to know her designs, know and love her designs. So I'm gonna do a giveaway. My very first giveaway, yay! Like a big girl podcaster. So if you would like to win a copy of this pattern, as I swing my knitting around, gesticulating with knitting, if you would like to win a copy of this pattern, let's see. What am I gonna do? There's a lot of ways to do this. Inbox me on Ravelry. Send me a message on Ravelry. I'm idpicklethat. I'll have that up on the screen as well, and it's in the info down below. Send me a message and tell me about your favorite game. Now, preferably it would be a video game because this pattern is inspired by the game Until Dawn, which is an amazing video game, not to veer off into unrelated territory. But I recognize that not everyone is going to be a knitter and a video game player. Not that I'm a gamer per se. I'm not very good at video games. I didn't really grow up playing them, so I don't have good like manual dexterity for the controller and things. But this video game I loved. I watched my partner play it and then I played it. So good. A video game if you play video games, but if you do not, tell me your favorite board game, card game, party game. Are there other kind of games? Drinking game? Tell me your favorite drinking game. You will get like extra credit if you send me your drinking games. And I will pick my favorite one. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pick favorites. So it doesn't have to be as in like the game that I like the best. Just tell me why you like it, and whichever one just resonates with me, makes me laugh, makes me smile, makes me want to play the game, whatever, that person, I will send a copy of Until Dawn by Rachel Brockman right to your Ravelry inbox. So get on that, send me your messages, I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully I'll get some cool game suggestions. I'm always looking for more games. I like board games a lot. My partner and I like to play like strategy board games and things, but it's hard to find ones that are for 2 people. Yeah. So if you have a suggestion on one of those, you let me know. Anyway, so thank you so much, Rachel. You're a sweetheart. And I can't wait to finish this and wear it. I realized that this was the only worsted weight yarn that I had in my stash that wasn't like ancient acrylic from when I learned to knit when I was like 15 and had terrible taste in colors and yarn and things. So I will have to make a point of getting more worsted weight yarn at some point in the future so that I can make more of these. I'm looking forward to that. I do still have a decent amount of like just why did I buy this kind of yarn from like the year 2005. And I did purge a lot of it before I moved from Boston, because when you move, you purge. It's what you do, right? And so I gave away a lot of it to a neighbor. So hopefully that is being enjoyed somewhere in the world, namely like Boston. But I did keep some of it. And honestly, I kind of kept it for like, you know, when you're just like, I need a little bit of yarn for a thing. Like, that's pretty much what I kept it for. Not like a knitting project, but like some other sort of craft. That's pretty much like why I kept it. And some of it is sort of like a bulky, like Christmassy yarn from Karen, I think. Could be Red Heart. And I kept those for making up little ornaments. I mean, 100% acrylic is going to be sturdy, you know, moths aren't going to want to eat it and that sort of thing. So acrylic has its place. I am not trying to like trash acrylic, and if you knit with acrylic, you do you, boo. Budget is a thing, man. Don't I know it? But now that I am a natural fiber knitter, and namely like animal fiber knitter, I find it very unappealing to go back. For the record, I am still rocking my Toad Hollow. We are the granddaughters of all the witches you were unable to burn. I read that wrong. Of all the witches you were never able to burn. Project bag, loving this thing. It's awesome. Check out Toad Hollow. Their website is Toad Hollow NJ, I believe. I have to watch their podcast at some point. I'm such a fan of their stuff. Look how, like, I just fold it down, throw it right in my purse. This thing goes to work with me, like, every day. Also, it went with me to my grandma's house, so I, her granddaughter, was able to show her this bag, which she got a kick out of because my grandma is a feisty feminist, and I come from a long line of those. And so that quote feels especially poignant to me. So I don't have an FO to show you this week. I did bang out 2 pairs of fingerless gloves, and they have made their way to some folks. Thank you for supporting me. I will have new things on my Etsy page soon. I don't have a date. I am working on designing a pattern for the first time ever. And it is gonna be, I'm knitting up the sample / test in a size for a baby. I think it's kind of like meant as a baby hat, but yeah, no, it would probably only look good on babies. I don't know, maybe you want a big baby hat for yourself. But so once I've kind of worked out the kinks on that and put it together, I might be searching for a test knitter to try it out. So I'll keep you guys posted. Let me know if you might be interested. And then I will probably get that up on my Etsy kind of as quickly as I can once I know that, you know, the pattern works and I can bang out those hats. And then I'll probably put the pattern up on Ravelry / Etsy as well. I mean, why not, right? So that's cool. I kind of can't believe I'm doing it, but I just kind of suddenly had a flash of inspiration, and I'm not a very like visual person. So this was sort of the first time I had like an inspiration on like what I would want something to look like. If you are a visual thinker, this probably doesn't make any sense to you, and you probably are like, this girl is dumb, but I really have a hard time just like picturing things if I've never seen them before. Like I was very good at math when I was in school. Now it's all, that's long gone and forgotten, but I was good at every kind of math until I got to calculus, and he was asking us to picture like graphs in 3D, and I was like, what? Just, I can't picture it. And I distinctly remember my calculus teacher, whom I loved, and he was really good at his job. He really was. And I remember him trying to get through to me so hard. And he's like, okay, so you have a graph, and it's got the X and Y axis. And I'm like, yeah, I got that. And he's like, and then there's the Z axis, and it's coming out of the chalkboard at you. And I was like, okay. And then he's like, okay, so now, you know, picture like the graph, like rotating. And I was like, what? Just, and yeah, I just kind of bombed that part. Just never got any better. Had to do it again in college. Didn't get any better. I'm not built that way. My brain doesn't do it. So it was sort of shocking and exciting to see that, to just have this kind of like flash of something. Yeah, so it's gonna be a colorwork hat. I've done up the chart already, but I've also tweaked it already, and I might do it again. I have a couple different ideas. So we'll see. Hopefully that comes together, especially now I've talked about it. So leave me cheers in the comments below. Go, Kelly, go. Hopefully it works the way I think it will, and it'll be cute, and new things. So yeah, that should happen at some point, and then I'll sell those hats. Let me know what else you might be interested in seeing on my Etsy page. I'm trying to figure out the correct mechanics for putting up a custom listing, because I do want to be willing, I am willing, I want to be able to accept custom orders, so I will figure out the right way to do that. And yeah, so I have some other thoughts on things I'd like to get up, but let me know what you would be interested in. And thank you to the people who did go look at my Etsy page, because I know that there were a bunch of you, and a couple even favorited it. So thank you. I really appreciate that. I appreciate your support. I'm just this girl in the suburbs, and you have no reason to want to listen to me, so thank you. Or to pay attention to me, or the things I do. So thank you. So I feel like this is sort of wrapping up naturally, which is nice, because usually I feel like I'm just telling myself to shut up. But I feel like I kind of hit an end point here, so I'll just seize the moment on that. And thank you everyone for watching. Leave your comments below, send me a message on Ravelry, send me a message on Ravelry to enter the giveaway. I'm forgetting, Ravelry lets you put a subject line If not, ignore what I'm about to say, but I'm pretty sure it does. So if it does, and I think it does, put as the header, as the subject, just Pickle Knits giveaway, and or no, put Until Dawn giveaway. There we go. That's easy. Put Until Dawn giveaway as the subject line, and then tell me about your favorite game, why you like it, I don't know, your favorite memory of playing it, whatever you like. And I'll pick my favorite. It's a system of pure nepotism, so I'm just kidding. Most of the people I do know personally who watch this podcast are not on Ravelry, by which I mean like my mom. Hey mom. So if you have sent me a message on Ravelry, I probably don't know you, so it's not going to be nepotism. I'm just going to pick my favorite. Which is not to say that all the people I don't pick, I don't like. I now see why people do this with random number generator. But anyway, I'm sticking with it. I'm going to do my favorite. So entertain me. And don't forget to subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram. I'm idpicklethat. You can follow me on Ravelry. I'm idpicklethat. And keep an eye on my Etsy, which is CozyKnitKnacks. I will be adding things there